On this show, we tend to concern ourselves with the little things, which of course means we usually completely neglect the big things. We should probably neglect the little things, too.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
My name's Matt, being run by two guys who can barely keep their eyes open.
Oh, topical, very topical.
We were debating which one was more tired. We had a long night at trivia. We did some Summer of George trivia, which was a lot of fun. Had a round all about George Costanza, a round all about Summer of George, and the ID round was tough, man. We did 12 of George's girlfriends.
Oof.
Yeah, and they were real tough ones. Like, can you name the girlfriend who dated Neil? Or the girlfriend, Costanza. So some tough ones in there. George's cousin, do you remember her name? Who he dates?
I thought it ended in like a Issa or something.
Very good.
What is it?
It was Risa.
Oh, I was thinking like Alyssa or Marissa, so I was wrong.
It was a great night of trivia, and the main reason I'm bringing it up here is I was a little short on prizes. We had some books to give away and some Seinfeld food like Bosco and Twix bars, but I needed like a big grand prize, and I was looking around my apartment, and I found something that...
What can I dump off on these people?
What garbage do I have in my apartment? Now, I don't have much Seinfeld stuff to give away. I'm looking at my bookshelf right now. All I have is an astronaut pen, a book called Seinfeld Universe, and those plyometrics. Like, that's all I have.
Okay. That Signed Universe book is autographed by Kenny Kramer, so that would have made a nice little giveaway.
It was dated, though, 2007.
Oh, well.
But anyways, oh, God. Long story short, last time I saw you, you gave me something, and I asked you the other day, could I give this away at trivia? You want to tell our listeners what it was?
Well, to set the record completely straight, he said, "Oh, I got a big favor to ask you, buddy." And he's like, I don't have a lot of things to give away at trivia. And I'm thinking, is he going to ask me if he can give away that poster I just gave him of the Seinfeld faces that I bought for him? I had it framed.
The chart about nothing.
The chart about nothing. And in my head, as you're asking me, I said, "Oh, no, you're not giving that away." But it turns out this poster I had in college, if you remember, there were two Seinfeld posters that were licensed Seinfeld, memorabilia. One was the Kramer poster. I find him loathsome, that guy. And then the other one was the Timeless Art of Seduction. And that was the poster that I had on my wall in my dorm during college.
Yeah, and I was emotional getting rid of it just because this poster was hanging up in your dorm room when we became friends. And when we, would get together and watch the DVDs and really just bond over the show we talk about every week. And I just wanted to make sure it was okay to get rid of. But since you gave it to me, you didn't want it anymore. I figured it was okay to give away. And the winning team really enjoyed it. They're listeners of the podcast, and they come to trivia all the time. And they really appreciated it, especially since it came from your college days.
What was their team name, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I drink too much water in the shower.
I like that a lot. That's very good.
That's when Kramer's like, you got any Tums?
Yeah.
Trivia was a lot of fun. I think I have more trivia events coming up in September. If any of our listeners are going to be in the area and would like to come, stay tuned. But let's move on to one little news item from this week. Jerry Seinfeld was on a podcast called Awards Chatter Podcast. This is from The Hollywood Reporter. And this interview was so damn good.
Yeah.
The host is a guy named Scott Feinberg, and he's been doing the podcast for about, a year. I went through the catalog and I downloaded some more interviews. He's talked to Eddie Murphy, Bill Maher, Steven Spielberg. But this interview is so damn good. We recommend everyone listening to it after you listen to our podcast, of course. Vinny, you got a chance to listen to it as well. Do you agree? Or...
Wholeheartedly. Every time Matt recommends something to me prior to us recording, he's like, "You got to listen to this so we can talk about it." And then I never do. Based on his recommendation, I actually did listen to this, and it was a fantastic listen. And I just I got so engrossed that by the time it was over, I said, "Where'd the last hour go?" It flew by, and it was so insightful, and it was kind of really cool to hear Jerry speak candidly just about life. And he was funny, but he wasn't trying to be funny, just speaking about the show, and then things not related to the show. It was really interesting.
I really wish Jerry wrote a book. He's talked about teaching a class at Columbia, I think, or NYU. But if he had a weekly or even monthly podcast, something where we could get new Jerry content every once in a while, would just be fantastic. Because I think while his home is on stage, I get that.
I was going to say he would never do that because, as he says in the interview, he's a slave to the audience. He feeds off their laughs. So I think he needs to be in a medium where he can judge the audience's response to what he's saying.
But yeah, I've always loved Jerry's insight on life, though. He really has some amazing stuff to say. Scott structures his interviews. It's pretty basic, pretty linear from the guests' childhood to their early career to big highlights. In Jerry's case, it's Seinfeld and comedians in cars. But Vinny, I figured we could talk about a few of our favorite moments, and maybe I'll just pick a little segment from the interview to play after our discussion here, and then we'll get started with this week's episode. One of the highlights for me was how they talked about no hugging, no learning.
Yep.
And that mentality. Scott wanted some clarification on what that meant, and was that something that Jerry preached a lot? And he simply said that the point of the show was to make people laugh, and how arrogant it is to presume that they were not only going to entertain people, but to teach them as well.
Yeah, and he relayed that to being a stand-up comedian. People don't come there to learn something from you. They just want to be entertained and be funny. So why do you have to give them a lesson at the end of an episode? That's not what a stand-up comedian or a TV sitcom should be for.
Yeah, and to work off of that, he says the show was either setting up or paying off. That
was a great quote.
Setting up a joke or paying it off. And there's this, they return to this subject of the importance of words, of the exact words, precision of, for example, like Abbott and Costello's Who's on First. The reason that's so funny. Oh, what does he say? It's tight. That's a tight routine.
It's tight, man. It's tight.
Tight. One of the biggest highlights for me from the interview was Jerry talking about what it was like producing the show and starring in the show and writing after Larry David left, in that season 8, season 9 era. And this to me is like a bombshell as a Seinfeld fan. He claims that he would have kept the show going if the show wasn't as popular. A few more years, as a matter of fact. So they could have gone to like season 11, 12, maybe 13.
That was a revelation to me too. And I said, really? He would have kept going? But as you and I discussed before the mics went hot, that could be hindsight, talking right there, that he would have done more shows. But he went back to that point of not wanting to do a disservice to the fans who had come to expect and love the show each week, that they couldn't hit that height and sustain what they had already accomplished. So that's why they wanted to go off on this high note that he always speaks of.
It sounds like a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, the pressures and the heavy workload that Jerry had, is a huge reason why they wrapped it up.
He did everything, and he said you're not supposed to act and be a showrunner and produce and be in the casting and editing. He had to do all that, especially once Larry left, and he said it began to be too much for him.
Mm-hmm. God, it just makes you wonder, if Larry had never left, how far would they have taken the show? Or
friggin' Larry David.
Or if it stayed in that season 4, season 5 popularity.
Yeah, this little show that was beloved by its kind of cult audience. Mm-hmm. How long would they have gone?
But then again, from what I've heard from fans of Friends and Frasier, a lot of these shows, once they cross that season 9 threshold, there tends to be a dip in quality. Mm-hmm. Some fans might even argue that with Seinfeld too. Those last 2 seasons aren't as good as what came before, but I definitely don't think, and this is coming as a Seinfeld fan, that the later seasons ever went like below a quality that I can enjoy.
They're different, but not bad.
Absolutely.
It's just it's the the third of the Seinfeld trilogy, as we like to say.
Yes.
How quickly did you decide you wanted to go back to doing stand-up regularly?
Not right away. Actually, it was Chris Rock. I went to see him at the Universal Amphitheater in L.A. a couple years later, and I wasn't doing anything. I learned to play pool really well is what I did. There was a place in my neighborhood called Amsterdam Billiards on Amsterdam in 76. I used to go there every night. And that was what I did after the series. But then I went to see Chris in L.A. I sat in the audience and I watched him do this fantastic set. And I thought, wow, that's an amazing thing to give people. A solid hour of funny stuff. What a great thing. I said, I thought I would like to do that. I thought, hey, I know how to do that.
I've done it.
I just have to go back.
So was the joke writing process any different?
Nope. Here's the thing I loved in the Olympics this summer in Rio. Mm-hmm. I totally became obsessed with Katie Ledecky.
Yeah.
She was doing an interview. You know, she's famous for her training.
Yeah.
She has amazing training discipline. And she was doing one of those interviews that they do, you know, and they asked her, what is your secret? She says, the secret is there's no secret. And I actually remember Chris Rock saying this to me also, to mention him again. We were out having dinner. I said, I'm going to start up again. I'm going to go after it again. And he said, well, you know, there's no shortcut. I go, that's the kind of relaxing part. There's nothing you have to know. You just got to grind it out.
Once again, that's from the Awards Chatter podcast. You can check it out on iTunes or just Google it. You can find it there. Vinny, if listeners want to send us their thoughts on this week's episode, have a Seinfeld page, website they want plugged, or just want to say hello, how can they do that?
Several ways. They can email us at seincast@gmail.com. They can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and now they can leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco, 262-622-6726.
Right on. What episode do we have this week?
This week, we are discussing the 20th episode of Season 6, The Doodle, written by Alec Berg and Jeff Schaefer, directed by Andy Ackerman, and originally airing April 6th, 1995.
Right on. Not much trivia to discuss at the top of this episode. Sorry to disappoint, but there's no such thing as a Mackinac peach.
I didn't know that. That was new.
Doesn't exist.
I've been to Mackinac. Should have known that.
I always assume Michigan, right, when I hear Mackinac peach. But apparently in the episode, they're from Oregon, the Pacific Northwest.
Damn.
Yeah, it's too bad. The name Mackinac Peach was just made up by Jeff and Alec. We're on a first-name basis. One other bit of trivia here I figured we could talk about is the guest star this week, Krista Miller. She plays Paula, George's girlfriend. She is a double dipper. And, well, let me play the theme.
You double dipped the chip. Double dipped? What are you talking about?
All right, now that that's out of the way.
You sounded so excited to get that in there. Oh, yeah, here's the goddamn theme.
Now, Vinny, I'm confused about her name. She's the head of the bra company in The Sniffing Accountant. What's her name exactly?
I like to think of her as Ellen de Grandmont. Sid
Perfect.
Farkas refers to her as Mr. Grandmont. Let's leave it at that.
Yes. The company is Edie Grandmont. She's known as Ellen in the credits. Yeah. Regardless, this is her second appearance on Seinfeld, and I'd list her as one of the classic double dippers, right up there with Marla and Kelly. You know, the Southern ex-girlfriend, or the monk's waitress, or Jake Jarmel. You know, playing the cop before.
And then you also got Natasha from Renitzi's and Pamela, is it?
Well, Lindsay, I think maybe something
Lindsay.
like that.
I don't know. From the baby shower.
Baby shower, exactly. So it's great to have Krista Miller completing her double dip. Some cool behind the scenes trivia: when she was cast, Mark Hirschfeld, who was the casting director on Seinfeld, actually has a story about this. He explained that she was auditioning for the Drew Carey show after filming this episode, The Doodle. She was a regular on Drew Carey's show. I forget her character name.
Kate.
She was on there, I think, the whole run, right?
I believe so.
Right. So she filmed The Doodle. She goes to audition for the Drew Carey show, but the producers there had never seen her do, comedy before, like on a TV show. So the Seinfeld staff actually got the Doodle episode together and sent the completed episode before it even aired. Apparently, after watching the Doodle, the producers there ended up casting Krista Miller. So,
can you blame her? She's great.
She's known for a couple other TV shows. I know her best from Scrubs, probably.
Yep, Scrubs as well as Cougar Town. She's had a very good luck with her TV roles that she's landed.
Oh yeah, if you look them up on IMDb, they all clock in at usually over 100 episodes.
Yeah,
it's insane. That's going to do it for trivia. A little slim this week. Should we get started?
Yeah.
You know, these pest control companies, they call themselves exterminators, but they can't really do it. The best they can do is get the bugs to go to somebody else's house. They just relocate them, you know what I mean? They're bug realtors is what they are. I think you'll be happy here. There's a lot of crumbs, not much light. They usually sleep through the night, so you'll really have your run of the place most of the time. But nobody really cares about killing insects. Even the animal rights people don't care. You could probably walk into an animal rights organization meeting and hear a speech like, the only way to stop the cruelty of the scientific testing on animals, got it, is to boycott these companies.
I like this stand-up. It's very amusing, very cute, and I love, these pest control companies. He's very pessimistic or sarcastic out of the gate,
I just love the part where he's like, the only way to stop the cruelty of the scientific testing on animals is... got it.
It's cute. It's true.
Is this from his live show?
No.
No? Okay.
Or at least not from the album.
Okay.
It may be from his act, but it's not on I'm Telling You for the Last Time.
It feels very familiar. Maybe I saw him do it on a talk show once or something. But first scene of the episode, we're out to eat with George and Jerry. They're on a double date here.
Where are we eating?
Yes, the restaurant is Pappardella.
Okay.
Is that how you pronounce it? Pappardella?
Pappardella.
It still exists. Same location, 75th and Columbus.
Why haven't we gone?
I'm not sure. Like I mentioned earlier, George and Jerry are on double dates, and George is telling everyone how he met Paula in Elaine's drawing class at the new school. He went down there to
see a nude model.
To see if Elaine wanted to get some coffee. Can we just stop right there? Jerry doing a little Mad Libs thing going on?
That's true. Maybe he was attracted to... forget her name.
Later it'll be like, Janice.
The sentence finisher.
Of course.
Well, Jerry once went out with a nude model. Never let him see her naked. Hundreds of people see her naked every week, except him. Needless to say, it was quite vexing.
Are you through?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, George was going to compliment Elaine on her sketches, but turns out they were Paula's.
Well, she really just likes to doodle.
Yes, and while George is telling this story, Jerry's date... Well, actually, while George is telling this story, I think Paula's doodling a little bit. You see her working on something. But on the other side of the table, Jerry's date, Shelley, has been picking the pecans out of their ice cream and putting them in her mouth and sucking off all the ice cream, then discarding them on a small plate. And Jerry, not paying attention, starts to put one in his mouth. And George sees this and he, pretends to drop his napkin.
Oh, drop my napkin. Jerry, what are you doing? What? She had those nuts in her mouth. She just spit them out.
You ate these? You sucked on these and then put them on the plate?
Well, I didn't know you were going to eat them.
Still.
I'm sorry you find me so repulsive.
No, I don't. I mean, don't be silly.
Yeah.
Just...
Well, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll just go to the ladies' room. I'll join you.
Oh, man, did you see that? I ate discarded food.
Well, I've done that.
Yeah, but with you, it's intentional.
Haven't you kissed her?
Yeah, but this is different. This is like, semi-digested food stuff. The next stop is the stomach, and you can take it from there.
Excuse me, just a second. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's gonna make a big difference.
Hey, this is dating. You can't leave anything to chance.
Hey, you think Shelley's upset that I made such a big deal about the pecan?
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem.
Well, Jerry, I guess we should get going.
Oh, boy.
Well, it was very nice meeting you, Shelley. And, Jerry, be careful. There's a lot of nuts out there.
Love that line to close out that clip. George, huge smile on his face, and Jerry, for once, is not the charmer and not doing well on a date with a woman.
These roles feel reversed, don't they, in this scene?
Well, he's kind of shooting off at the mouth, jabbering on about seeing a new... She never let me see her naked. And as we heard earlier, George says, "Are you through?" So he's not as charming as we've come to expect him.
Absolutely. This reminds me when they go out with Susan and George once, and it's like, you're never going to believe who signed up for the AIDS walk. Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Like interrupting, trying to be funny. And then George having, that killer line at the end. That's pretty clever.
And Jerry can only just give him a point back, like, you got me.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's one little line in here that I love so much. It's not a joke. It's just pure Jerry. When, Shelley and Paula go to the bathroom, and then when they come back, first thing Shelley says is, I guess we should get going. And Jerry goes, oh, boy.
He knows he's in trouble.
I love that. Oh, boy.
Character of Shelley is played by Dana Wheeler Nicholson. She was in Fletch, Tombstone, Fast Food Nation, and more recently she's been a recurring role on Nashville and Friday Night Lights.
Oh, very cool. The only thing I remember about Shelley from this episode is that hairdo.
Oh yeah, that's 90s to a T right there.
There are some actresses on this show that are just absolutely gorgeous and fantastic in their own right, but they have some of the worst hairdos. And I'm not talking about Wendy from Kiss Hello. I'm talking about unintentionally bad. Mm-hmm. This is one of them, I think, at least. After Jerry and Shelley leave, Paula asks George, hey, could you grab my purse? And when he does, he notices what she's been doodling on the table, and he looks pretty upset. So we cut over to Monk's the next day, and you got George showing Jerry the napkin with a doodle on it, and the doodle is of George.
But look at the size of the nose, the ears, all the features are distorted.
Oh, it's an affectionate caricature.
He's grotesque. He looks like a troll.
And he really does. I don't know if I have the image in front of me right now. See if I can pull it up.
It's a good screenshot of George having the napkin spread out wide and his face is above it.
He's got like a little tuft of hair, I think. Mm-hmm. He's got a unibrow. Looks like he's got some earrings, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to bring up during the clip we heard earlier when Jerry says, oh man, did you see that? I ate discarded food. George says, well, I've done that, which is reference to the gymnast, the eclair, the trash can. You remember.
Oh, very good. Check out the big brain on Vinny. Well, George is frustrated because how could Paula like him if she thinks he looks that way? And don't you love as he storms off to the bathroom, he passes by Elaine?
Hello!
Oh, man.
What is with him?
Usual. Well, Elaine's friend Judy has recommended her for a job at Viking Press. And get this, Viking Press has a deal with the Plaza Hotel. They got a 2-bedroom suite for out-of-town clients. So guess what she did?
Oh, come on. You told them you're from out of town just so you could stay in a hotel room?
I know, but it's the Plaza. That's a fun one. She's never stayed there. It's like a vacation.
Well, be sure to catch a Broadway show while you're in town.
That's cute. Anyways, Elaine used Jerry's parents' address for Viking Press. And hey, here's a coincidence. They're coming to town to visit tomorrow. And as George comes back from the bathroom, Elaine notices the doodle on the table, but she's not sure who it is.
What is it? A drawing of Mr. Magoo?
No, it's George.
Oh, she finds that quite hilarious.
I love Mr. Magoo. Like outside of Seinfeld, like I love that cartoon. Mm-hmm. But the fact the doodle looks nothing like Mr. Magoo, so I feel like that's just like adding insult to George.
Let me be the judge. Let me pull that up. He looks like Elmer Fudd.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yep, like an older, blinder Elmer Fudd.
I think he looks more like Humpty Dumpty.
But with a melon head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I just love how Elaine laughs. I think Julia really shines in this episode. So George needs Elaine to do him a favor at tomorrow's drawing class. Find out if Paula likes him. But Elaine pushes back. What are you, in high school? Just ask himself. But George is nervous. Then she'll know that he likes her more than she likes him.
My parents are coming in. I got some cleaning up to do. So if you and Potsy are not scheming.
Yeah, you like that one? So next scene, we're at Jerry's apartment. And Jerry's reading on the couch, scratching his ankle like crazy when Kramer slides in.
Well, they're in.
What's in?
The Mackinac Beaches, Jerry. The Mackinac Beaches.
Right, the ones from Oregon that are only ripe for 2 weeks
Yeah,
a year.
that's right. Yeah. I split a case with Newman. I wait all year for this. Oh, this is fantastic. Makes your taste buds come alive. It's like having a circus in your mouth.
Take a taste. I don't
No, come on, just take a taste.
I don't want it.
Come on,
I don't
just
want it.
take a taste.
I don't
What's the matter?
I am not going to taste your peach. I ate someone's pecan last night. I'm not going to eat your peach.
Jerry, this is a miracle of nature that exists for a brief period. It's like the Aurora Borealis.
Now, what is this?
What?
I think I got flea bites.
Flea bites?
Yeah. Look at this. My ankle's all bitten up.
You got a dog?
No.
Well, that is strange.
How can I have fleas?
Look, don't sweat it, buddy. I used to have fleas.
What did you do about them?
What do you mean? Hey, Jerry! Hey, you two! Kramer! Oh, hey.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Jerry, I'm your mother. Now, what is it?
Mom, Dad, I have fleas.
That's a pretty memorable scene, I think. Kramer's entrance and just being overjoyed that the Mackinac peaches are in. And then I love the way Morty swoops in and he kind of scares Kramer. He throws him. Jerry! But I really do like that. Anytime the Seinfelds make a grand entrance, I'm very happy.
Well, Morty's got the executive on. I thought it was interesting. He calls him Kramer, not Mr. Kramer.
That's right.
Mr. Kramer. You're right, though, about that entrance of Kramer's The Mackinac Peaches. This is, I would say, one of the most classic Kramer entrances.
Mm-hmm. There's a lovely blooper to accompany that entrance. He comes in and he takes a bite of the peach, and then he starts talking to Jerry. But a piece of peach flies onto Jerry's shoulder. So Kramer kind of spit up on him. And then Jerry Jerry flicks the piece of peach, the masticated peach, if you will, back at Kramer. And Kramer kind of goes, whoa, and dives out of the way. And then he continues to go on with his dialogue, but then they have to cut and redo it.
Jerry's face, when he flicks it, his eyes are bulging out. And
his teeth are showing. We did a freeze frame of that and laughed for quite some time.
Yeah, I'll see if I can upload that to our social media sites. That's where a lot of our bloopers wound up recently. I don't know if we mentioned it on the podcast. I exported the footage of Jerry and Elaine going at it on the china cabinet, and the stripper that Michael brought to the set.
People picked it up?
I put it on Twitter and Facebook, and yeah, got a lot of likes, a lot of shares.
I feel like it would end up on Uprocks or something. You'll never believe what happened on Seinfeld.
Jerry flicked the piece of peach. Yeah, just keep an eye out on the social media sites. We'll try to upload this blooper. There's a moment here in the scene when Jerry's like, "Hey, look at my ankle; it's all bitten up," and Kramer says, "You got a dog?"
No.
It made me think back to Kramer's dog from the first episode.
Ralph.
Ralph. And we should also talk about Kramer's love of fruit. I think it kind of reaches a high note here. This is going back to, when he won't eat that crappy cantaloupe, to, Joe's fruit stand, the mangoes, the papayas.
Yeah. Also, when he does the bachelor auction for Elaine, that's one of her...
Oh, you're right. He likes fruit. And he just got a haircut. Well, next scene, we are at the new school, and Elaine and Paula are in their drawing class. I think this is a nice little scene, very similar to two teenagers in high school.
I hear you're going out with George Costanza.
How did you know?
Everybody knows.
Yeah, apparently George told her that he thinks she's totally cute and everything, and wonders if she likes George.
Yeah, he's cool.
No, I mean, do you like him, or do you like him like him?
Like. Looks aren't that important to me,
Significant.
Ouch.
But the best part of the scene is when the teacher's like, "Miss Bennis, are you chewing gum?"
He holds up the trash can for her to spit into. As the teacher walks away, Elaine and Paula share this look, and she does that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
F*** him.
That teacher is Wayne C. Dovrak. He plays the teacher, and he was in Single Girls and Double Trouble.
Let's move over to Jerry's apartment. This is when we meet one of the best characters on Seinfeld, Carl the Exterminator.
Linebacker.
And very good. This character doesn't have many, if any, funny lines, but I think he's really memorable, right?
It's all attitude. His delivery is what sells him, and then we also know what's coming up, what scene and plot point he's related to with George.
In another episode, yeah.
Yeah, I just love him.
You're in your bedroom too, Mr. Seinfeld. You got a full-blown outbreak of fleas on your hands.
I don't get it. How did this happen? I don't have a dog.
I don't explain them, Mr. Seinfeld. I just exterminate them.
I don't understand this.
I'm gonna have to seal the place up for 48 hours and fog it. That's the only way to get rid of them.
Nobody can be in here for 48 hours. I got my parents in town.
Well, unless you want to kill them, they can't stay in here. This stuff is pretty toxic. I'll go get my stuff. It's in the truck.
Okay.
That's Ellis Williams, who plays Carl, the exterminator. He also appears in the Diplomats Club, which we'll see later on the season. But man, check out what he's been in. Jackie Brown, Girl Next Door, Elephant, 17 again. Anything else?
I only know those first two.
Okay.
We talked about him a few weeks ago in another blooper that's on Twitter and Facebook. Everyone should check out, where he comments about the rat turds in the kitchen.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
So in this scene, at least, what's one of your favorite deliveries? Again, there's something about him that just really sticks with you.
I love the, well, unless you want to kill them, they can't stay here.
That's a good
That one. And then I don't explain them. I just exterminate them.
Exterminate him. Does he have a cigar in his mouth?
I think so.
Okay, because I'm like trying to picture the scene in my head, and I feel like he's chewing on something.
He's chewing on something, so him and Kramer would probably be good friends.
Oh yeah, that's true. But more to come from Carl, I think, in the Diplomats Club. Love seeing him here. Elaine enters and wonders who that guy was.
Bug guy.
All right. Well, Jerry doesn't know what he's going to do. Everyone has to clear out of the apartment for 2 days while it's being fumigated, and his parents are visiting. What's he going to do? They won't let him pay for a hotel, and he's afraid they'll just go to some awful dump on their own. And that's when he asks Elaine if she's checked into the plaza.
No,
Come on. Why didn't Jerry just ask Elaine, could my parents stay at your apartment?
Most likely because it was funnier this way, Matt.
But there is a little bit of a plot hole there, right?
Oh, yeah. It would make perfect sense for Elaine to have her cake and eat it too. She could stay at the plaza herself and allow her Jerry's parents to stay at her apartment.
Yeah, very bizarre. But yeah, again, you're not going to have comedic gold without it. So
yeah. I don't know how I feel, though, about Jerry guilting Elaine into giving up this opportunity she's earned. Isn't it kind of weird?
It does seem like a bit of a reach. And, just thinking about Jeff and Alex's script, The Gymnast, there are a lot of moments in that script where you kind of have to, make some leaps.
Well, they say it in the first episode. There has to be 1 million decent hotel rooms in New York City. So why, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's bizarre. Maybe the Seinfelds would push back staying in Elaine's apartment. They'd be like, no. But if she's not going to be there.
Yeah. Well, you get some gold when you do see the Seinfelds in the plaza. So
of course, yes.
Hold tight, people.
The ends justify the means. So Jerry buzzes up George and explains he'll try to stay with Shelley, I guess, but she might still be mad about the masticated how does he say? Pecan?
Masticated pecan incident.
Okay, I say pecan.
It is pecan, but he says pecan.
Yeah, right. Pecan incident. Elaine thinks George will be relieved to hear that Paula likes him.
When he's dead, he'll be relieved.
Right. And one last thing.
That encapsulates George Costanza to a T.
Yes. Now, one last thing before we move into this clip. Viking Press sent Elaine a FedEx package for her to Jerry's parents. But, Elaine kind of brushes it off. She's like, it's probably some stuff about the company.
That sounds like it might be important later on.
Hey, did you talk to Paul?
Yeah?
So what'd she say?
She likes you.
She said she liked me? You're kidding. She said that?
Yep.
Those were her exact words. I like George.
Yep.
How do you like that? Jerry, how do you like that? You see, I get myself into a tizzy. I'm all worked up, and for what?
For nothing. In fact, she said looks weren't even that important to her.
You see what?
Oh.
She said looks aren't that important to her?
Let me rephrase that. She
thinks I'm ugly. I knew it.
Well, see, the thing of it is, there's a lot of ugly people out there walking around, but they don't know they're ugly because nobody actually tells them.
So what's your point?
Okay, the point George is she likes you.
Oh, so what? I'd rather she hate me and thought I was good looking. Then at least I could get somebody else. What is this? Why am I itching?
That'd be the fleas.
So in that clip, even Jerry affirms that George is ugly, right?
Yes. No one says the right thing in this clip.
What got me thinking was, as an actor, this episode, you're going to be thought of as ugly by multiple people. And I wonder what must have gone through Jason's head when he read the script. Because they already took liberties with him being bald and him being overweight. And even in interviews, at times he would say, guys, come on, But
it's enough of the bald jokes, enough of the fat jokes.
But I kind of thought, man, I'd be really hurt if I'm the ugly one. I'm a troll, as we'll learn later on. So I kind of felt bad for Jason in this one.
Yeah, it's tough. He does a great performance though in this scene, especially as everyone acts like teenagers. But there's something about Jason's delivery where he's like, those were exact words, right? I like George. And Elaine goes, yep. And he goes, haha, Jerry, how do you like that? And he does like this spin kind of and waves his arms. It's like an old timey. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And he's back on top of the world at this point. But yeah, I do know what you're saying.
It's a little over the top. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's sweet.
There's a moment in the clip that I really like where George says, oh, so what? I'd rather she hate me and thought I was good looking, which I feel like could be one of those nice little Seinfeld debates. Would you rather have someone like you and find you attractive, or someone find you unattractive and like you?
Or hate you, yeah. Hate you, but you're attractive. Yeah, absolutely. I would rather someone like me for who I am, regardless. Whether or not they find me attractive.
I don't know. It kind of is appealing to be attractive and hated.
Really?
I thought about it.
Well, bottom line is I don't want to be hated. That's what I mean? I'd rather be liked and not be attractive to most people.
I must be liked. I have to be liked.
It is very complex how George's mind works, because it's it's not enough that this person likes me. It's that this person hates me. I have to get them to like me.
She hates me so much that I find it irresistible. Is there a character on Seinfeld that was hated but really attractive?
Hated, yeah. I'm thinking of Nikki.
Nikki? Who the hell's Nikki?
Could you get the registration from the glove compartment?
Nikki!
Yeah.
No, she wasn't hated.
No, that's what I'm saying. She
was considered really attractive.
I can think of attractive people. What about the British guy, Simon, from England?
Oh, yeah.
Attractive, not liked, though.
Well, what's her name from the baby shower? I cannot remember her name.
I think
you said Pamela?
I think it's you did. I think it was Lindsay. Oh. That's what you said. I think it was Lindsay. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let's just move on.
Okay.
Elaine, who catered this? Sears. It is hot in here.
It was Leslie.
Stop the show!
Next scene, we're at the Plaza Hotel. Jerry enters with his parents, who are very impressed. Morty thinks this is where Sinatra stays, but he's really impressed with the macadamia nuts.
Macadamia nuts?
Yeah, you know what these cost? They're like 80 cents a nut.
Jerry, are you sure this is all right?
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Hey, they got a phone in the John here.
Then off screen, you hear that phone in the John remark. That's the capper.
Yeah. They got a phone in the John here. Spoilers, I'm not a huge fan of this episode, but I think that the 4 older guest stars this week, Morty, Helen, Nana, and Uncle Leo, just elevate this episode. And,
oh, yeah.
In not the biggest way possible, but they really take it up a notch, I think.
Well, it's cool to see these elderly characters who normally live within their means, and you put them in this lavish environment. They kind of rise to being these rich snobs, as we're going to see a little bit later. But that, I think, is part of what steals the show in this sense.
I agree. Next scene, we're on the street. Elaine leaves her building, and she meets with her friend Judy outside for lunch.
Judy!
There
Judy,
it is.
Judy!
Just waiting for that. Is that the doll?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, nice. She thanks her again for recommending her to Viking Press. And as they walk together, Judy tells her, hey, be sure to give that manuscript they FedExed her a good read. They want to see if she can read an unpublished work and give insightful criticism. And Elaine just starts to panic. Oh my God, that's what Jerry had at his apartment. She says she's got to go and runs off.
What about lunch?
Yeah, I got to go. I'll jump ahead here real quick. She finds Jerry walking around, runs into him, like, thank God, I need that FedEx. But Jerry's like, hey, it's still an apartment. You can't go in there since it's being fumigated. And Elaine's like, I'll take my chances. And I love how they run off. She kind of pulls him. And do you remember what Jerry says?
Oh, man.
Love that.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, sprinting with her. Oh,
there's little subtle touches in this episode that make it good.
Yeah. I'm on a real, Jerry kick lately. Maybe it's the interview.
You have been quite enamored with Jerome.
It's little things that he does that really, I don't know. Everyone says what a terrible actor he is. I think he gets better and better.
There's some stuff coming up in this episode in the Newman scenes that I really like that Jerry does. Mm-hmm. Good choices. Judy, though, is played by Kobe Turner, who happens to be the script supervisor on Seinfeld from 1990 to 95. Oh, nice. But not only does she play Judy in this episode, she was also the voice of Mr. Morgan's secretary in the Diplomats Club. Nice. Although she's uncredited.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a double dipper since it's audio.
I don't think so, yeah.
And what did you say? Just do an image of the phone?
But not only was she a script supervisor on Seinfeld, but also on Everybody Loves Raymond, Yes Dear, and Love, Inc.
Cool. That's really nice when they can give crew members little roles on the show.
Yeah.
Look back to David Richardson and the barber. Mm-hmm. This is the best haircut I ever had.
They let, what the hell's his name?
Papa Nicholas?
No. The director.
Oh, Tom Sharonis.
They let Tom Sharonis play himself in the pilot episode.
Such a huge leap for him, I'm sure. Next scene, we're at Jerry's apartment, and in the hallway, Jerry and Elaine arrive to find a red sign on the apartment door, skull and crossbones, and the words fumigation, do not enter. And Jerry reiterates, you can't go in there, it's like a gas chamber. And this is just as Kramer comes out of the apartment.
I left a Mackinac peach in your refrigerator.
Kramer, they're fumigating. There's toxic gas in there.
Toxic gas?
Oh, you'll be fine. You were in there, what, a couple of minutes?
An hour and a half. I was reading a manuscript. I just couldn't put it down.
Manuscript?
How do you feel? Well, now that you mention it, a little woozy.
Kramer, you gotta go back in there and grab my manuscript.
I'm not going back in there.
All right, well then where is it?
Well, I left it on the coffee table or something.
What are you doing?
I'm going in.
Hey, didn't you see the sign on the door?
Well, I thought it was so your parents wouldn't walk in while you're with a girl.
It's not on any table, Kramer. Where is it?
Well, I don't know. I was in the bathroom, the kitchen.
Okay, bathroom, kitchen.
Could you give me a soda?
Jerry, I had some milk. I made a sandwich. I gotta get out of the building.
My favorite...
We have the same favorite line here.
Well, you said earlier you're loving Jerry in this episode. Right here is another perfect example. Can you give me a soda? It's so perfectly timed and inserted in there, and it kind of flies under the radar. And Elaine's not, she gives Jerry a look as if to say, really? Really?
She's fantastic in this scene. A lot of physical humor here. And I feel like Julia doesn't always get a chance to shine in an episode when it comes to the physical stuff. I was wondering, do you think she held her breath at all for any of those moments?
Yeah, of course. Because she comes out of the apartment the first time and she's breathing quite heavily.
Well, it could be acting, but
no, it's real.
I was wondering what the world's record was for holding your breath. So apparently, longest time breath held voluntarily by a man is 24 minutes and 3.45 seconds.
Bullshit.
No. It was achieved by Alex Vendrell from Spain in February of 2016. Apparently, he's a professional free diver, and the attempt took place at the 17th Mediterranean Dive Show.
Oh, you don't say.
Well, the picture that accompanied the article it was a man standing in like a shallow pool. Mm-hmm. There's another man just laying there, face down.
You got to put that up on the page.
I don't know how funny it is. I'm just really loopy right now. It just looks like he's dead.
Like a dead body, right? Floating. Is it like a little kiddie pool? Yeah. Is that how they measure it?
The picture at least wasn't. It looked like he was like in a full wetsuit too.
Like Scuba Steve.
Oh man. So Elaine finishes up her second search. Well, let me ask you, how long have you held your breath for?
Oh, I'm in the tens of seconds. I can't hold it for very long.
Oh, you could go more than a minute, I bet.
I'm not meant to be in the water or any type of breath holding.
When I swam in high school, I got 135. But
wow.
I wasn't moving. I was just, I just went under and held it. And my coach was upset because he's like, don't do that. Because like after a while, you think, is he okay?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be floating in the pool just like that other guy.
24 minutes, though. Jesus. Elaine finishes up her second search, barely makes it out. Still can't find the manuscript, and all she found were some stupid chunky wrappers in the couch.
Oh, I know the chunky that left these chunkies. Newman!
And there's a connection there, isn't there? Big salad.
Ooh, chunkies.
Yeah, there you go. So, what happened here? Were those chunkies eaten by Newman, and he shoved the wrappers in the couch cushion?
Correct.
At some point? Okay.
When? Oh, no, let's think about this. What episode was it when we found out Newman dated Margaret?
That was in the Big Salad. When he comes into the apartment, ooh, chunkies. And
then when did the risk take place?
Label maker.
Now, is that chronologically accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, because we know at least, we saw Newman sneak into Jerry's during the label maker. He planned a sneak attack. So that could have been one of the times he left those chunkies there.
Right. Now,
in addition to other times, he's probably, taking a nap in Jerry's bed and kind of roamed about his apartment.
Man, could really get some thinking done around here. Now we're kind of jumping into the next scene after the act break, but actually we're going to learn two things. Not only that Newman is the one with the fleas, but where Newman got the fleas from.
I didn't know that until today.
So what episode did we discuss last week? The Jimmy?
The Jimmy?
Yeah, right, the Jimmy. So remember there was some deleted footage we played last week where you find out that Tim might have been hiring like penthouse playmates or Playboy models in his office?
Go on.
You kind of got a little bit more background on that subplot.
Yeah.
You get more background here in some deleted dialogue, and we actually have audio. So we're going to play the scene here when Jerry confronts Newman at his apartment door. And as we all know, the scene ends with Newman saying, I'm rife with fleas, and he starts like shaking, and we transition into another scene. But there's actually a little monologue that Newman had at the end there explaining where he got the fleas from, and it actually pays off later in the episode. So here we go, the original scene with the deleted dialogue.
So you have fleas. Maybe you keep your house in a state of disrepair. Maybe you live in squalor.
Newman, the thing about fleas is that they irritate the skin. And they start to itch. Oh, maybe you can hold out 5 seconds or 10. Maybe 15 or 20. But after a while, no matter how much willpower a person may have, it won't matter. Because they're crawling on your skin, up your legs, up your spine, up your back.
I'm rife with fleas. Halfway through my route, I was ambushed by this bulldog Buford, the largest, most ferocious dog I've ever seen. I reached for my pepper spray, but it jammed. And before I knew it, I'm on the ground and he's all over me. And now I'm being eaten alive. Help me, Jimmy. Help me.
I really enjoy these little visits to the East Wing.
Aha! So, spoiler alert, if you guys remember how the episode ends, we see Kramer unhooking Buford, who chases Newman down the street.
There you go.
But it turns out they have crossed paths at least once before.
It is very random that there's this dog Buford all of a sudden at the end of the episode. I like it. It's cute, but
yeah.
this gives it at least some more context. Like, who the hell is this dog?
I think Newman makes him out to be much more ferocious than he actually is. Buford seems like a sweetie.
Yeah. I don't know if you can tell it from the audio. I can see why this scene was cut. It seemed, one, unnecessary, but also something about Wayne Knight's performance doesn't feel right.
It's kind of over the top because he's on. It's where they originally cut the scene. I always thought, Jerry was laughing. He kind of cracked up. That's why they cut it there. But they actually let it go, and Jerry kind of held it together. But Newman's on the floor, and his legs shaking like a dog, and he's scratching all over. It's kind of cool to see, a little bit more Wayne Knight doing his thing. But yeah, it makes sense why they cut it right there.
Also, one more thing. Something I never noticed before. We all know Newman's apartment as 5E. In 5E. This one scene, it's a different apartment number. It's 5F.
Well, I like to think that the bottom portion of the E fell off, and they just had to, the glue wasn't sticking.
Good point.
So technically, there's no mistake. It's just the building's falling apart.
Well, it is weird, too, because we've been inside Newman's apartment, and from that set, when you open the door, boom, you're right there in the living room.
Right.
But when you see Newman in the doorway, there's like a wall right behind him, like Kramer's apartment.
Oh, you're right.
Little picture frame. So maybe he's visiting someone in the building.
Oh, that could be it too. Yeah. Okay.
Possible.
Because we did see Newman's apartment already when he was making out with Babs Kramer.
Right. And even before that, in the big salad, when Jerry confronts him about
That's
Margaret.
right. Yeah, the footpath.
Yeah. Yeah. So great little deleted scene there. Let's cut over to the Plaza Hotel. Morty and Helen have invited Leo and Nana over. And they're in robes, just sitting around, drinking champagne. Morty is getting a massage. Even though the guy charges $100 an hour, he's worth every penny.
Oh! And he's watching 4 movies at once. Pay-per-view.
Leo is going nuts for the nuts. And meanwhile, Nana just... Love this. Tosses her empty champagne glass to the floor. Champagne's gone flat.
Let the chambermaid clean it up.
Is this Nana's final appearance?
Unfortunately, it is Nana's final appearance.
Oh, that's too
and what a way to go off.
Getting drunk, passing out. It's great.
And what is it about the Seinfeld writers always referring to them as chambermaids? This is the only place I've ever heard the term chambermaid. I always thought it was just maid or, service, whatever. But chambermaid.
Next scene, we're on the street, and George meets up with Paula. He looks pretty depressed, especially after hearing what Elaine said. Paula notices, you haven't shaved, and reiterates how she doesn't care what he looks like, and George doesn't believe her. He untucks his shirt, suggests, hey, we could just go to Lincoln Center in sneakers and jeans, and she still wouldn't care. And she one-ups him and says, hey, you could wear sweatpants and I wouldn't care.
He could even drape himself in velvet for all she cares.
Velvet? So what is... the same. What is going on in this relationship? Like, does Paula just have really low standards? Is she...
Well, I don't think she's interested in the physical. Apparently she likes George for his personality.
I guess.
Person he is.
Or is she just like really in like a low spot? She wants to have this real dirty and...
No, I don't. No, I think she's just not, George probably asked her out and she said yes. But she wasn't, put off by the short, stocky, bald man in glasses.
See, part of me thought she actually was sort of attracted to his grunginess and how pathetic he was. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
And, of course, we get maybe the last Velvet mention as well. I can't think of another episode when this comes up. The first officially was in the Label Maker with the couches at Bonnie's apartment. And if we go all the way back to the couch, there was some deleted footage when Jerry and Elaine, or Jerry and George are at the furniture store.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think Velvet tracks through the rest of the series.
And yet, that's one of those things we always associate with George. That stuck for some reason.
Incredible.
Pretty cool.
Next scene, we're at Monk's. Elaine meets with Kramer to get the lowdown on the manuscript, since she never found it. And here's Kramer's pitch.
Did you read the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So what's it about?
Well, it's
It's a story about love, deception, greed, lust, and unbridled enthusiasm.
Unbridled enthusiasm.
Well, that's what led to Billy Mumphrey's downfall.
Oh, boy.
You see, Elaine, Billy was a simple country boy. You might say a cockeyed optimist who got himself mixed up in the high-stakes game of world diplomacy and international intrigue.
Oh, my God.
Well, here we go.
Can I have a scotch on the rocks?
Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What is this?
What? What do you...
I can't taste this.
What are you talking about?
No, it's food. It has no taste. Nothing. I'm getting nothing. It must be the toxic gas from the fumigation.
I don't think we ever see someone drink alcohol at Monk's.
Right. Do they even have a liquor license?
That's a good question. I mean, a lot of diners, we've been to, serve alcohol. Sure.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just never see alcohol in Monk's.
Yeah.
There's this moment at the end of the scene when Kramer stands up, realizing he can't taste, where Julia covers her face like she's shocked, but you know what's going on, right?
She probably had the giggles.
I feel like she was laughing, or she didn't trust herself, so she just covered her face.
Aw.
Next scene, we're at Shelley's apartment. In the bathroom, Jerry thanks Shelley for letting him stay over, and she's still pretty bitter about the pecan incident.
Zing.
Says she doesn't keep any in the house. But Jerry realizes, I forgot my toothbrush. And Shelley takes this opportunity to offer hers.
You know what? I'll brush later.
Brush now.
Sure.
It's such a great shot. It's the POV of the mirror as like Jerry leans forward and he's just looking at the toothbrush. Also, Shelley just standing like a few inches away watching him.
Although you're really not supposed to share toothbrushes because of the bacteria. So on this point, Jerry's the winner.
Now, I think there's some synergy here with Jerry not kissing Margaret in the big salad.
Yeah, it had that same kind of feel where he was just on the cusp of doing it, and then I can't.
Also, Jenna's toothbrush winding up in the toilet.
Toothbrush on the toilet bowl, Jenna, yeah.
Yeah, so the toothbrush not kissing a girlfriend. What do you think is going on here? If you're intimate with a woman, you can share her toothbrush, right?
Yeah, I've used girlfriends' toothbrushes when I was younger in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is that germaphobe tendency coming out a little bit more.
All right. Well, we're on the street, and Kramer runs into Newman, who's bought some Mackinac peaches, and he's going to town on one, actually. Kramer gets a little taste, and again, he's really upset. He can't even taste the Mackinac. He waits all year for him.
You can't taste them? Why waste them? Why not give them all to me? Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if this is a Matt moment, because this is one of those episodes that I know so much better from its audio, not the visual.
Okay.
There's a lot of little visual things I was learning on this rewatch. For example, I never noticed the ointment on Newman's face before.
Of course. That's what I love about you, Matt. Your attention to detail. Yeah, he's got a little spot treatment for all the flea bites on his face.
So if I've, listened to this episode 90% of the time and I've only watched it 10% of the time, I could miss a thing like that.
You're off the hook. Okay. I don't think anybody could go toe to toe with you audio wise, but visually they would kick your ass up and down the court.
I hear everything. Next scene, we're at Viking Press, and I don't know if you can recall the exterior of this building, but I feel like we see it in the future. Like it's the exterior of Play Now or Kruger or something.
I'm not good with these exteriors, so I'll take your word for it.
Okay, just throwing it out there. I think they put a sign over the address, but whatever. Elaine is interviewing with an editor, publisher, repeating what Kramer had told her. And I love, again, Julia's acting in this scene, especially that turn halfway through when she's like, oh.
She gains confidence with it.
It's a story about love, deception, greed, lust, and unbridled enthusiasm.
Unbridled enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's right. That's what led to Billy Mumphrey's downfall.
Interesting take. So you believe that had he not been so enthusiastic, he could have
averted disaster.
Yes, that's right. You see, Billy Mumphrey was a simple country boy. Some might say a cockeyed optimist who got caught up in the dirty game of world diplomacy and international intrigue.
So it was more a question of attitude than politics.
Yes, Mr. Mandel.
So there it is. Elaine on the review by Kramer has a shot with Viking Press.
Yeah.
Go Elaine.
But just like anything Kramer's involved with, you're up and then you're down.
Exactly, yeah. Can't end well for Miss Benez. That's Guy Seiner, who plays Mr. Mandel. And I did not know this, but Mr. Mandel is named after Dave Mandel, who ended up being a Seinfeld writer for the last 3 seasons of the show. And Dave Mandel was a college buddy of Alex Schaefer and... Oh, Christ.
It's happening with you, too. People, the no air conditioning recordings are so damn tough. Especially when we're on No Sleep, Bro.
Jeff Schaefer and Alec Berg.
There it is.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, Dave Mandel, of course, showrunner of Veep.
And avid Froth player.
Yeah, right.
But let me go back to Guy Seiner. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. He was in a BBC show called Hello, Lost Highway. He does a lot of voice work on the Star Wars video games.
Oh, cool. Next scene, we're at the plaza, and what a scene. Nana and Helen are passed out. Morty is excited that Under Siege is on again, and Leo is spread out on the bed.
No more nuts.
Love this image. It's so good. Did you notice that Morty is wearing glasses in this scene? I think this is a first.
Oh, I didn't, because he wasn't wearing them when he was getting a massage.
He wasn't, and I don't think he's ever worn glasses before, not that I can recall, but later he's going to have those classic black frame Jiminy Glick glasses.
Mm-hmm. How are you?
Okay. Next scene, we're at Monk's. Jerry is sitting at a table with his luggage, his suitcases, after getting kicked out of Shelley's when George enters in full form, decked out in velvet. It's like a tracksuit, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. What the hell is this? Don't tell me. Velvet?
It's the real deal.
She's seen you in this thing?
That's right. We just had sex. You know, Jerry, I've been searching for someone a long time. Well, the search is over.
And now the search for the right psychiatrist begins.
So, what's with the suitcase?
She threw me out.
Why?
I wouldn't use her toothbrush.
So where you staying?
Well, I guess I'm stuck with the velvet fog.
And I gotta say, this is kind of the perfect situation for George here. It's like when he said he'd rather date a blind woman as opposed to a deaf woman. He can let the house go. He can let himself go.
Yeah.
He's living the dream.
He really is. It's not going to last. The last line there is fantastic. A nice callback to last week.
The Velvet Fog.
Velvet Fog. There is some deleted dialogue from this scene that, what's the difference between kissing someone and eating a nut that was in their mouth? George was originally supposed to say, I don't know what you're doing in bed with her, but it's got to be worse than whatever she's doing with that toothbrush.
Exactly.
Which is a great point.
Which is, well, let's talk. I have a gripe with that once we get to the end. So
sure,
I will hold my tongue.
All right. Well, next scene we're at Viking Press, and we're getting. I wonder if this was all one big scene because Elaine's still at that interview.
Oh yeah, I see.
My thought was she has the interview. It's going really well. She's about to get the job, and then he gets the bill.
Probably.
Or he was messing with her the whole time, like he already had the bill.
He's not vindictive, Mr. Mandel.
Well, at the end of the interview, Mr. Mandel is reading the bill from her stay, quote unquote, at the plaza. What do we got here?
3 hours massage time, 12 in-room movies, including several adult features, 5 shoe shines, and $400 worth of snacks, not to mention the damage to the room.
Well, Elaine starts apologizing and explaining, about her friend who had fleas. She could have died from the gas. Her other friend couldn't taste his peaches. They're only good for 2 weeks.
I think you've read one too many Billy Mumphrey stories.
I think that's my favorite line from the episode.
You like the Mumphrey?
Yeah, you've read one too many Billy Mumphrey stories. It's a good one. That's a good one to drop in like public, like in a group, and no one will get it.
Oh, yeah.
But if someone does, ooh.
Only the creme de la creme apply.
So here's a scene you probably want to talk about. We're at Monk's. George is still dressed in velvet. He meets Paula for lunch, and it's so gross how... I don't like when people talk with food in their mouth. It really bothers me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's sucking on this pit of the Mackinac peach.
Mr. Pitt?
He thinks...
I'm sorry.
He thinks it was delicious, and he discards this pit on a small plate. And Paula's like, oh, I love Mackinac peaches. And he kind of rubs in her face, oh, it's all gone. But she takes the pit and just casually tosses it into her mouth. And George just is like horrified.
He's repulsed.
Pretty much safe to say that their relationship is over, that she would do this.
Okay, so let's talk about my gripes. I got two. So going back to that deleted scene or deleted dialogue you just referenced earlier about, you've done much worse things with her in bed. So that shows that George was okay with this from the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Then the second thing is...
Well, no, not necessarily, because he's the one that pulled Jerry aside to be like, hey, she had those nuts in her mouth.
That's true. Although, maybe George was looking out for Jerry because he knew how much Jerry would be repulsed by eating somebody else's pecan.
Maybe.
But it's unfortunate because this is a relationship that George could have gone the distance.
So all the back and forth here, Vinny, ultimately there is something gross about putting a piece of food that someone was sucking on in your mouth. Like my wife and I, let's say she's chewing gum. If she offered me the gum she's chewing, I would never put it in my mouth.
Okay.
It's nothing personal. That just really grosses me out for some reason. Yet, like if she has a lollipop, I'll try that.
You'll suck all day on that. Suck, suck, suck. Or a popsicle. Sucking away.
There are a lot of contradictions. Do you feel the same way, or does it not bother you?
I'm with you. I think we're in agreement. I think the humans' disgust toward food is very complex.
Mm-hmm. There is something really gross, though, about the peach pit. I don't like that either.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with nuts. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Really one for the books.
Okay, this whole episode is one for the books. Next scene, we are on the street, and Kramer is about to mail a letter. And as he licks the envelope, he realizes he can taste again. Some synergy there with Susan, maybe, the way he licks it. He's like, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
He just
can taste again.
Dies. A man ties his bulldog to a tree. And this
Not just any man. Norman.
No, Norman. Michael Standen. That's cool. They have a little scene together. Kramer finds out that it's the 15th. Still enough time to get a Mackinac peach. It's the last day. And this is as Newman approaches eating a peach. He's actually finishing it up. And I'm confused here. Is Newman implying that this is the last one I have, or the last one in New York?
Well, of the stash among Kramer and Newman, I believe Kramer gave all his peaches to Newman. That's the last one in Newman's stash.
Okay. Because for a while there, I always assumed like Newman got the last one in the city.
Oh, you simple, simple man.
Anyways, as he laughs, haha, I ate the last one. Kramer turns to the bulldog, Buford, and asks, hey, do you remember the mailman? You remember the mailman. And he sets Buford loose, and Buford chases Newman down the street. So
freeze frame.
Yeah, it's cute. I love that image of the dog chasing Newman because he's like right next to him.
He's side by side. He's not really, he just wants to run alongside of him.
And the legs are so short, like they don't bend. He just sort of like hops along.
Yeah,
very cute. Apparently, in the script, Buford's name was originally Baron.
Baron?
Yeah, Baron the Bulldog. And apparently filming this scene was tough. They had 4 different setups, 15 different takes to shoot all the footage needed for the scene. And if you look, there's like a shot of Buford. It's like back of Newman's side. Yeah, it's all over the place.
Well, it's a good little way to end the show. So I
apologies.
Take this out.
This has been a real tough one.
No.
Without that deleted scene with I got fleas from Buford.
Yeah.
Did you like this ending, or did it ever seem a little weird? Like, am I missing something? Who's Buford?
No, it's isn't it a trope that dogs like to chase mailmen?
There are a lot of
women.
dogs on that road. Did you say or women? Oh, they chase Elaine.
Male? No, I'm saying male man or male woman.
They just meant women in general.
No. Nice doggy.
Yeah, I always liked this ending, but I always felt like there was something we were missing. Apparently we were. Okay. Last scene, the epilogue here. We're at the plaza, and man, if you want to butt into an episode, I've got a clip here of it too. Elaine enters, wondering if anyone's around. The whole room, no one's around. It's all trashed. The place is a mess. Looks pretty empty until Uncle Leo strolls out of the bedroom in his robe.
They said they were sending over an Asian woman.
Oh my God.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I never knew this ending because I think it was clipped for syndication, and I don't remember this upon the initial watch. So when the first time I saw this was when I got the DVDs, and I was floored because this, I feel, is very suggestive of Uncle Leo's character, that he's ordering a woman, and then the fact that it's an Asian woman, so you're learning of his preference. So this I felt was kind of risque to show.
If he likes their race, how can that be racist?
Exactly.
All right, man. Should we wrap it up?
Please.
So, what do you think?
Matt, can this episode be looked at with cockeyed optimism?
I never know how to answer the questions. I'm going to go with somewhat. I'm not a huge fan of this episode. Hopefully our discussion doesn't reflect that. There are a lot of parts of this episode I love. Just to me, it's one of the weaker episodes this season. Not super memorable, as you mentioned, Vinny. The whole Mackinac Peaches thing is great, classic stuff there. Mm-hmm. We get some great guest stars with the Seinfelds returning and Uncle Leo and Nana. Love Jerry confronting Newman. The velvet tracksuit is great. Carl the Exterminator. Like, there's all these little components that I love, but it's one of those episodes.
Good, not great, but it doesn't come together to form one of those great episodes. But all the pieces are in place, but they don't gel.
And by no means is this an episode that I'd put at the bottom of my list or at the bottom of season 6. It's just somewhere in the middle where I'm like, not bad, not great, just satisfactory. If that's the right word.
Well, yeah, but I don't get a lot of Larry. Like, I don't get a Larry David feel from this episode.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting way to put it. Where's the Larry David influence? I don't feel it at all. If you were to tell me like Larry David took this week off, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I was going to say. Was he on vacation, or did he just kind of say, "Go with it, you got this"? Because it feels like it doesn't have his seal of approval on it.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, it is like the last quarter of a season, and I think sometimes you get some episodes in there that don't really work, don't really have a Seinfeld voice.
Okay.
It's not an episode people really talk about. It has moments that people talk about, but
it's not as strong overall as some of the other ones we've already talked about in this season.
Mm-hmm. Any highlights for you, though, that I didn't mention?
No, you kind of touched everything, especially in the beginning with seeing the old people in the plaza. That was really nice to see the Seinfelds and Nana and Leo.
Yes.
Was great. But Carl the Exterminator was awesome.
And his dialogue isn't even funny. It's just something about the actor.
It's all attitude. But yeah, and it was kind of cool to see Krista Miller. I think she's gorgeous, and I really liked her. She was more of a straight character. She didn't really have any funny bits or quirks about her.
Yeah, which is interesting when we talked about trivia at the top, how her performance in this episode is what landed her the role on Drew Carey's show. It's not like she had a comedic range.
It's not very ha-ha funny.
Other than maybe the scene with Elaine in the new school.
Right.
Where they acted like teenagers.
Yeah.
I never would have thought Julia would deliver a better performance than Michael. I think she probably just had more material to work with, but her physical comedy this week was just fantastic.
Agreed.
From the holding her breath to acting like a teenager to try to bullshit her way through that interview.
Yeah.
Just fantastic stuff.
She had good stuff this week.
Well, the Doodle will not be cracking my top 20, unfortunately. What about you, Vinny? Will it crack your top 20?
I don't think so. No. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and the phone number, Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 21st episode of Season 6, The Fusilli Jerry.
Why Fusilli?
Because he's silly. Get it?
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
I think you've read one too many Billy Mumphrey stories. Good day, Miss Bennis.